Hey everybody, how is it going? It is your pal, Sal here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my Cyndi Lauper discography journey. Today we are taking a slight detour, if you will, and we are going to be reacting to her first ever greatest hits album, 12 Deadly Sins and Then Some. So I normally don't, cover greatest hits albums when I do my discography journeys. I think the last time I did it, it was kind of like an afterthought, and I did it for like Kelly Clarkson and for Christina Aguilera, but I don't believe I've done it since. But since, I'm getting back in the game, as it were, I thought it'd be fun. There's only 5 tracks we need to cover here, so I thought, why not? And that's pretty much it. I figured it could be fun, and who's it hurting? And it's good for me anyway. So before we get to that, just in response to the video of... Hatful of Stars. I want to say Hatful of Pigeons. So the video, I'm filming this the day before it goes live. So I haven't seen your guys' thoughts and feelings on that yet. And I haven't had much of a chance because I literally filmed it yesterday to get a good re-listen in. But in editing it, that always helps. And I have to say, the one thing that I find really interesting is that when I looked at my reaction, much like with Unabbreviated Love and Cold, I could tell I really liked it. But for some reason, like in repeated listens, I was like, wait, these are like so good. So the B-sides are really sticking with me this time. And I think pretty much everything I said about the album stands the first time. I do think it's funny that I forget which song it is at the top of my head. I think it was maybe Dear John, where there was like pieces of it that sounded like DJ play a Christmas song. I don't know if anybody else is gonna think that, but I put that in the video, and if you think that, thanks. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but that little motif just sounded just like it. So yeah, but anyways, we're moving on again to her first greatest hits studio album. Also, this will be the only greatest hits album that we are tackling, because she has some that have come out after this, but they were kind of more of like the studio, and not to say that the studio didn't produce this, but they were more like studio ones, like just generic greatest hits albums. Some of them good. For a while, I've had on my computer the Essential Cyndi Lauper for the songs that I liked. But this is like one where she was actually involved and recorded some new tracks. So like I said, it's her first ever greatest hits album. It was released on August 22nd of 1994. So it was almost a year, or about a year after the last album. And I feel like that's very telling, because usually sometimes when an album doesn't do too well, they'll push out a greatest hits album right afterwards. And honestly, this album didn't do as well either. The album charted at number 81 on the Billboard 200. There were a total of 3 singles, technically 4, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but one isn't really released. It wasn't released as a single for this album. It's from a while back anyway. There were 3 singles. The first one was Hey Now, Girls Just Wanna Have Fun, which is like a remixed, redone version of Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. So I'm excited to hear that. It hit number 87 on the Billboard Hot 100. So it wasn't that big of a hit, but it made it in the top 100. It could have been worse. It could have been on the Bubbling Under. The second single was I'm Gonna Be Strong, which hit number 35 on the Scotland OOC chart. And the third and final single was Come On Home, which hit number 11 on the US Billboard Hot Dance Club Play chart. So there's that. And then we have one other track from this album that we've not heard, and that track actually is a B-side, but we will tackle that when we get to it. So I think first we will go in order of the tracks that are on the album in terms of singles. So the first song that we are going to listen to is I'm Gonna Be Strong, which is the opener for the Greatest Hits album. So without further ado, here we go. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Keeps going. Ooh. Ooh. I could have ended there, but it's not. We still have like a minute left. Okay, that was I'm Gonna Be Strong, the opening track of the album. Now, first of all, I think it's an interesting, I think she really wanted people to hear this track because as it is the opener for this Greatest Hits album. And usually when people get the Greatest Hits album, they want to, hear the hits. But she said, no, 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 we're going to wait just a minute. And I got this new gorgeous ballad I want you to hear. I mean, lyrically, it's very simple. She's leaving behind this man and she's going to be strong and she's going to move on. Again, this is what I think some of the ballads that A Night to Remember wanted to be. This kind of almost reminded me a little bit of Heading West, but like a better version of Heading West. She's moving on. Love is gone. There's no sense in holding on. I liked it in a very, very strong vocal. And then that outro at the end where we almost have just a minute of instrumentation, it almost made this song feel like, in a weird way, like a tale as old as time. Like people constantly have to do this with themselves. They have to be strong and move on. And I don't know, that's what kind of the ending there reminded me of, just the instrumentation of like, this is not the first time it's happened. It's not gonna be the last time it happens. And the song goes on. And you've always got to be strong. But yeah, a good opener. I liked it. Okay, we have our second track that we're going to cover, which is Hey Now, Girls Just Want to Have Fun, which is the remix version and it's a new version. It's not like it's the old vocals, I believe. So here we go. What's the matter with you? Okay. This must be a good testament to how preserved her voice was at this point, because I was like, is this the same vocal? But there's a different, she does it a little differently. So I don't think it is. I love that little squeak on their voice there. Ooh, good one. Okay, that was Hey Now, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. And I liked it. So according to the Wikipedia page, this it incorporates a reggae feel, which I definitely felt. But there's also samples another song, which is called Come and Get It by Redbone. I'm not familiar with that song, so I wouldn't have known that had I not read that. I thought it was a fun version of the song. I wonder if it's one that I would flock back to, quite frankly, a lot, because, the original version is just so iconic. But it was a nice, reimagining of it. And the added lyrics are fun. The boys just want to have, the girls just want to I like that a lot. But yeah, I'll be curious to see if this is one that I'll flock back to a lot. And I also wonder if, like, for many people, like, if they heard this, they'd be like, oh yeah, I remember when she did that. Just casual fans as I was starting out with being. I liked it, but I don't know if it'll go down as like one of my favorites, but fun. Track number 3 is titled Come On Home, and specifically with this song, there are two different versions of it. So there's the regular US version of this album, and then there's all the international versions of it, which have a couple more tracks, which one of them one of them and then a B-side we're going to be talking about. So this song, Come On Home, has a different version internationally. So I'm going to be listening to the American version because that's what's on Spotify. So, and then in my own due time, I'll check out that international version of the song. But this is Come On Home. It sounds like it could have fit on a Handful of Stars. It's a little scary, Cyndi. Okay, real quick, I wasn't planning on listening to the other version, but I'm curious as to what the international version sounds like. So I think this is the international version right here. This is so much better. Wait. So it's back with the reggae sound. Why did they remix this? This sounds so much more lively. Okay. Okay, wait, hang on. Let me go back to this version. I don't know. I'll have to really double check with that, but the US version, I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. It went on a little too long. I get the sentiment, when life is down and you gotta come on home, you can come on home. I get it. I've heard better versions of that. But that just really did not do anything for me. I was the least impressed with that track. But that international version did sound much better. So I don't know. But I'll give that one a listen in full when I get the chance. But yeah, that I don't know. That didn't really do much for me. Okay, track number 4, we have a song that was on the international and Japanese pressings of the album. This is called The World is Stone, and it was released on May 25th of 1992, so this is about a year before Hatful of Stars. So it's kind of interesting to me that it wasn't, I haven't heard it, so we'll see when we get there. But this song is from a musical called Starmania, and they did like one of those things where they like have a concept album, I guess, and they have like recording artists record songs from it, and the album was called Tycoon. And so here's what's crazy is that we have another Celine Dion connection. Celine has a song on here called Ziggy, and the version that's on this is the English version that I've heard, but I actually re-listened to it before I did because when I found that out, I was like, oh, I love that song. But I do have the album that the French version is on, which is The Enchanté Plamondon, and I probably said that wrong, but this song is actually this musical originally was all in French, and so the song is originally called Le Monde est Stone. That I probably butchered the pronunciation of that, but Yeah, so we have another Celine connection, and this is a song from a musical, so that's right up my alley. So here we go. This is The World is Stone. Oh, and this hit number 2 in France on the SNEP chart. Forgot to say that. Hey, hat full of stars. Okay, that was The World is Stone, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that. I could definitely hear how this is from a musical, that's for sure. It's interesting that this is a woman who, at one point she says she's seen the world be, nice and gorgeous and bright, but now it's not. It's a world of stone. It's cold. It's sad. It's, that's actually a very, very pretty song from Cyndi, and I like the vocal on this. It's not a vocal I feel like I've heard from her. There's something in the way she's pronouncing it that feels different. I don't know if I'm crazy. She almost sounds like younger here, but not like the Cyndi Lauper younger. Like, it's weird. This sounded like a different woman almost at sometimes, and it was cool to hear her voice like this. She was I don't know if she has a musical theater background at all, but she was bringing it out. Okay, The World is Stone. I think that's one I would definitely love to hear again. Kind of sad it's not on the American version of it. But I realized that this is truly the only tie that this song has to a Cyndi Lauper album, because otherwise it's not on anything else. So I like that. Okay, so for track number 5, our last track, this technically doesn't really have much to do with this album, but this is the B-side to The World is Stone. Now, from what I gather, this song is... Actually, let me look and see. It says producers. Does it say writers? Because I have the YouTube video up, and oh no, they are. Okay, both songs are from this musical. I thought this one wasn't for some reason, but it is. And a train is just coming right by my house, so sorry about that. But yes. This is "Learn to Live Alone," our second song from here. So here we go. This kind of reminds me of like McCavity from Cats. No, Cyndi, don't do it. interesting. This one kind of doesn't sound like her either. It was an interesting switch up. I didn't really pay off to anything though. Okay, that was Learn to Live Alone, and actually another really nice little gem from Cyndi. What's really interesting to me with these being musical theater songs, she's really adapted her voice to fit that tone. Most of the time when you hear somebody like that's of the pop world like do musical theater, sometimes it's I mean, not to say that it can't be sound legit, but this didn't sound like the Cyndi Lauper that I that I know. It sounded like a different woman, and I appreciated that she was able to do that with her vocals. I'm curious if she does this again anywhere else in her career. And I do like this kind of like bluesy song that she's doing where she's kind of playing the woman scorn and she's got to learn to live alone, and that's just the way it is. I do like that it also sounds a little bit like McCavity from Cats. I think that's a good little bit there. But this was actually really fun to hear her do. Cyndi. You have to learn to live alone. I would love to hear her do this one live too. I highly doubt she has, but that was nice, Miss Lauper. Real quick before I give my ending thoughts, I forgot to mention this. In the last video, I talked about how I was thinking about maybe collecting cassettes, and I decided maybe I just should. Why not? It could be fun. So I ended up picking up this on Amazon, and it's both a cassette and a CD player. Look at it; it's so little and compact. It's got a little handle there too. I don't know. So I played it, and it has speakers on here, but it's Bluetooth, so you can like hook it up to the speakers I have behind me, or like anything else that I want to, which those speakers tend to be better. And I was planning on finding something like that anyway. And the sound quality, it's really weird with cassettes. I've looked this up. I don't know if you need to like really invest in a good system to make them sound like really, really good. I think with how it sounds, especially coming out of other speakers, it sounds fine. Not obviously vinyl quality or CD quality, but it kind of adds to it, and it's really cute because you can see the little cassette spinning in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. So I'll probably, for any albums that I can't easily get on vinyl for an affordable price, because like starting with the last one, like the vinyls are upwards of $80, and that's not happening. But the cassettes, I can get them all usually for less than $10. So, and the CDs too, if I wanted that. But I don't know, I want to have something a little more fun. Hey now, Sal just wants to have fun, okay? And in regards to now going back to this new songs we learned here, at the end of the day, the songs that are really part of the album, they're fine. I think I'm Gonna Be Strong is the best out of the new tracks in terms of, because this one the last two we just listened to weren't really new. But it's a good, opening ballad. I like it. Hey Now, Girls Just Want to Have Fun is a fun reimagining of it, but I question if it's one that I'll flock back to a lot. And with Come On Home, the US version, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. And then the little snippet I heard of the international, I could be, down with that. But our real surprise tracks are really the Japanese bonus tracks. But they really have nothing to do with this project. Or at least these 3 new songs. It was just cool to, hear those. I think those are probably my favorite. And, me being a musical theater background dude, that's probably something I was going to flock to from the get-go. I don't know much about Starmania, the musical. I know it's not, like, wait, hang on. Oh, there is a cast recording for it. But, when did it get, apparently, I guess there was going to be, like, an English production, but that never happened or something. I don't know. But, I didn't realize that the Ziggy song, though, was from a musical either when I saw that pop up, so I was like, oh. I thought, who wrote this? Because isn't this whole album written by that dude that, oh, this is all in French, I can't. Yeah, anyways. Yeah, I liked the opening track, and then these Japanese bonus tracks. Well, the one was a B-side, so it doesn't count. But I had fun. I think it'll be better, obviously, to listen to this in like the full thing, because I know that like on here, what is it? Where'd it go? I gotta go back to it. Come on. 12 Deadly. Okay, so like there are a couple of different mixes on here. So like She Bop is the 7-inch single remix. What's Going On is the 7-inch single remix. So there's a couple of like and then the single edit for that. Oh, there's a single edit for That's What I Think. I'll have to listen to that. So yeah, when I get the chance to listen to this one in full, I think that'll be nice. But yeah, so what do you guys think of this compilation album, this greatest hits album? let me know in the comments below. As always, do not forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me on Instagram at oh my god, I can't talk. Instagram at Salvador Giarocha and TikTok at SalRocha1. And I will see you guys very soon when we tackle her next album, which is The Sisters of Avalon. So until we get to there, bye guys, have a great day.